Holy hell, the Xbox 360 store is closing July 29th of 2024. It's time for everybody to run around like their hair's on fire. You're never going to be able to find this shit, which isn't true. We got some game hunting videos coming down the pipe. Every garage sale we go to, there's tons of Xbox 360 games. This video here is not a FOMO video or anything like that. This is our top 10 digital games that are available on the Xbox 360.
Yes.
Good thing is, though, most of these are available elsewhere, so there's no reason to freak out, but if all you have is a 360, this could help you.
Yes, so a lot of the games we're going to talk about today are available on other consoles, the PS3, some of them are available on Xbox One and the Series. Some people don't have all the consoles, so what if you just have a 360? These are great ways to play these games, and some of them are even on sale. And if you watch the store, they might go on sale later. You know? So at the time of filming, some of these are on sale. This list is pretty badass. There's a lot of awesome 360 arcade digital-only games that are so fun. This list took us a long time to make because we've been playing a ton of games.
Well, and we're all about physical media, but in this instance, a lot of these, the only way, and we'll dive into the nuance for every single game, but the digital is the only way you can play these.
Yeah, they're digital only.
Which I think a lot of people then maybe didn't play them. So anyway, no reason to freak out. They are on the Xbox 360 store, but most are also available elsewhere. We'll cover that as we go through, but let's start with number 10.
Number 10 is Zombie Driver HD.
Yes.
This game is available, I think, on everything. PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PS3. This game is so fun, and at the time of filming this game is on sale on the Xbox 360 store for $2.49. Freaking badass. This is a top-down driving game. There's different missions. You kill zombies, you save people.
Yeah.
It's very unique and very weird. I will say the only downside of this game is the load times suck. Load times are very slow. But if you're patient, the gameplay is so fun. This is one of those really cheesy, unique games that is right up our alley. This is like a B-grade horror film of a game.
Yeah, so
that we love.
The load times, and I don't know the answer to this. Somebody in the comment section below help us out. Maybe better on the PS4, Switch. Maybe if it's on Xbox Series, which I think it is. It's on Xbox One and Xbox Series. All these we have played on the 360 itself.
Yes.
So I don't know, but the game is a lot of fun. The boss fights can be kind of tough.
It's very unique. What's cool is it's a one-player game, but sometimes it's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because you're like, what am I getting into now? Oh, I got to save the president's daughter?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a mission, but that's just always fun. This game is a blast.
Yeah.
And if you like shitty good things, you would love this game.
And for $249, you got to snag it. And I'm guessing that price is probably the Xbox price.
Yeah, I think that's the 360 price.
Okay.
Yeah, all these prices are from the 360, I'm pretty sure.
I'm guessing on some of the newer consoles it's maybe a little bit more.
Yes.
I could be wrong. But anyway, number 10, Zombie Driver HD. Number 9, this is going to get kind of weird because it's actually two games.
Yeah,
There's the Bionic Commando Rearmed 1 and 2.
1 and 2. So for number 9, you get a 2 for Sutherland.
Yeah.
This is badass. So Bionic Commando, you guys are like, oh, isn't that an NES game? Yes. But this is the Rearmed edition. It's very similar to the NES game. It's still side-scrolling. What's really cool is these are 2-player.
Yeah.
I don't know if the original one is. I don't think so.
No, it's not.
It's arcade style, but it still kind of looks retro. This game is really cool. The Bionic Commando games, though, the control scheme is, there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Because in order to do all their things, you got to use your arm.
If you've played the
repel,
NES version, you'll feel right at home. I believe it's the second one, though, that I think's the better of the two.
Yes, they're both really good, but the second one, I think they added the ability to jump, which makes it a little bit smoother of a gameplay. These games are really fun. I think on the 360, they're both $9.99, so not too bad. If you like NES-style games and you like Bionic Commando, you should definitely check this out because it's a blast.
I don't know what's going on with this game, so I do have this game on my Xbox One and my Xbox Series. But I think it let me get those because I had it on the 360.
Yes, this is worth noting.
Because at your place on your Xbox One, you can't find this game.
Yes, so a lot of the games, the store is really weird and tricky. Sometimes games show up if you already have them on your 360, like on your Xbox One, but they don't show up in the store. So we were able to play it on our Xbox One, Xbox Series, because we had bought it on the 360 and it transferred. But then at my place, because I don't have it, I couldn't find it and get it. So it's kind of tricky. Maybe just look for it. If it might show up. And some of these show up, but then they won't let you download it.
Yeah.
So it's very weird.
It's all weird.
I don't quite know what's going on. Maybe there's a glitch in the system or something, or it got delisted.
I'm pretty confident, though, that this game is available still on the PlayStation 3.
Yes.
So do your own research. These may only be available, though, on the 360 and the PS3, from what I can tell. But we're going to move on to number 8.
Number 8, we're talking about 3 games. So we're talking about a lot of games today. But this is a series, and that's Alien Breed 1 through 3. These games are so badass. It's top-down, run-and-gun style. It reminds me a lot of like Loaded or freaking Smash TV or something like that. But think alien universe, like a crash ship, and this game is badass.
And it's like a twin stick shooter.
Yes.
And it's co-op.
Yes.
Alien Breed 1 through 3 are basically just like what I would call like level expansion packs.
They're kind of like chapters.
All 3 games feel exactly the same. They're built on the same engine.
They look the same. They're all fun. So you could just get one. You could just get the third one. You could just get the second one, or you could get all 3. Each game is only $4.99, so you can get all 3 of these for $15.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. This game is and I love that it's co-op.
Yeah.
But it's so fun because you can pick up guns, you can loot bodies, you run out of ammo, and the aliens just keep coming, and you're like, ah. So I love twin stick shooters.
Yeah, and in this game, I think some people, if you're not a fan of that genre, if you're not a fan of like co-op, twin stick shooters, that type of stuff, may feel like this game gets a little redundant. This style's right in our wheelhouse,
yes, we love this style.
That style to me can't get redundant. But I did feel myself as we were going thinking like, this is kind of just repetitive in a way, but I love playing that style of game, so it's fun.
And if you don't have a 360, don't worry, because this is also available on the PS3, and then I think it's available on Windows as well. It's not available on the series or the one that I know of. I looked, it didn't show up on mine, didn't show up on yours, so you can't get it there, but it's worth checking out if you like twin stick shooters.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 7 is a very unique entry into the Batman Arkham universe.
Yes.
And this one's kind of all over the board. And we're talking about Batman Arkham Blackgate, digital-only game with the exception of the physical release that it got on the 3DS.
Yes, this is the only game on our list that has a physical release, but it's for the 3DS, and I think it's kind of expensive because it's 3DS. But this game is really freaking cool.
Yeah.
So if you know the Batman Arkham series, which is everybody knows, and those games are fantastic, open world 3D, this is a 2.5D version of the game. So the camera's fixed. It's kind of like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, but then the camera will turn. You can still use your gadgets. The story and the voice acting is exactly the same universe, same voice actors. I love the Arkham series, and playing this, I was like, oh, this feels fresh and new.
Yeah.
But I still love the series. Like, because I had played, all the other ones, and after a while, they kind of feel like I've already been there, done that.
Yeah.
This felt new and fresh to me. This game is so awesome. It's available 3DS, PS3, Vita, Wii U, which Wii U's delisted now. But this game, you gotta check it out.
Yeah.
This is so much fun.
For me, I think it's really important. I have the physical copy on the 3DS. I'm just not much of a handheld gamer. I'm glad I had one this last couple weeks because I spent a lot of time at the hospital. That's a whole nother topic. I wasn't in the hospital. But, so it's cool for those things, but to be able to play this on a big screen was a true joy.
And the cutscenes are so fun. It feels like you're in the universe. It's another one where it's one player only, but it's fun to watch. Especially if you love Batman.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
This is a great entry in the series, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about Blackgate because it's not as popular as the other ones because those all got physical releases.
I just think there's a lot of stuff on these lists that didn't get the exposure that games that got released physically did. And this list is full of rippers, and we're only at number 7, and the list just gets better from here. But Batman Arkham Blackgate comes in at number 7. Number 6, a good old classic beat 'em up, but with a twist. This is very Comic Zone-esque, I feel like, in its delivery, and we're talking about Unbound Saga.
Unbound Saga. This feels a lot like Comic Zone, where it's a beat 'em up, but in a comic book. And, like, the guy draws bad guys on the screen, which is so cool. This is 1 to 2 player. You can pick up coins. You can upgrade your character, so a little bit RPG, very minimum RPG elements, but you can upgrade different abilities. You can upgrade your health. You can do all this stuff. It is so freaking fun, and it's just like in that like badass like comic book world, where like it's a guy and a chick, and it's just beating up a bunch of bikers. And
I like what it's trying to do. The hand comes in and it'll draw enemies.
So cool.
The guy and the gal that are in the game that you get to control are completely different characters. You need the guy to pick stuff up and throw it. Only the girl can jump, and she can throw projectiles, which I think are knives, which is really awesome to spam in boss fights. But there are things you can't get through without one or the other. So if you're playing one player, you can switch between the two.
You can switch players, which is nice.
Graphics are great. Not a perfect beat 'em up.
No.
But a very solid entry. And I do wish that the powering up of characters and things like that mattered a little bit more. because you can just kind of button mash your way through this game.
Yeah,
But learning those things can make it more fun. But all in all, the delivery and the package of this game is just a very unique experience.
Yeah, I feel like if this was just a normal beat 'em up, it'd be one of those where it's like, oh, it's just another beat 'em up, we don't care. But the fact that they did it a comic book style, the fact that they added RPG, it makes it stand above just normal beat 'em ups. In a way, it makes it stand out. This game is really freaking cool. I just love comic books, and Comic Zone is a badass game, so that's what it reminded me of. You got to check this game out.
All right, moving on to number 5. Hardcore Uprising. Contra isn't in the name, but this is a Contra game.
Ah, dude.
It is available on the PS3, the Series, the One, the 360, which is why it's on this list. And you know how we feel about Contra. And this game is only number 5. This list is insane. So many great games. But let's talk about Contra. Hardcore Uprising.
1 to 2 player, run and gun, Contra amazingness. I love the art style. The art style is very cool.
The
soundtrack is metal. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, when you play this game, you're gonna want to crank your and just let's go.
What are you gonna want to do?
I don't even know what that was, but
once he goes, oh god.
But Hardcore Uprising is freaking badass. I will say, at first, you're going to think this game is a little bit slower compared to Contra games. But once you get into the game, you don't notice that because...
And there is a sprint and dash button.
Yeah, there is. But once you get into the game, there's a lot of bad guys, then you don't really notice it. This game is so cool. It sucks that it's digital only because we love our Contra games, and this game is so freaking badass. This game is $15 on the 360 store as of right now, but it might go on sale. I think they're doing like flash sales, because the 360 store is closing. So maybe just keep your eye on, and this one might go on sale. I don't know. This game is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. If you love Contra, there's no reason you wouldn't love this. This is one every Contra fan should play. But we love Contra, and it's only number 5 on our list, meaning the rest of this shit has got to be epic. Number 4, again, no reason to get scared, no reason to get crazy. It's available on the Xbox Series, on the Xbox One, but it is also on the Xbox 360, and that is Gatling Gears.
Oh, dude, this game is very unique. This is another twin-stick shooter ass. It's top-down, but you play as these robots.
They're like kind of mechs
it's
in a
a
way.
little mech-y, but still twin-stick shooter.
Yeah.
It's like a blend of it, but you can go around and pick up screws and pick up all these things to upgrade your guy, and that element of the game reminded me a little bit of Ratchet and Clank in a way, but this game is way different than Ratchet and Clank. This game is so fun. 1 to 2 player. It is like kind of bullet hell-esque twin-stick shooter. It's so fun. The story's good. The art style is really great. This is a game that, like, when we played it, I was like, one more level.
Yeah.
Like, one more level. I mean, all of these are so fun, but like this is one where I was like, this is a unique twin stick shooter that's like, it stands above the rest. Like, it's so fun.
One drawback of this game, I thought, I agree with everything you said. It's a badass game, but give yourself like 15 minutes to get into this game, because it starts off with this prologue and you have to like slog through it, teaching you how to play the game.
A tutorial, yeah.
And anybody that's played these kind of games, like, dude, we don't need that.
I mean, it is a twin stick shooter, but there are buttons to shoot rockets and all that, and like special. So I get it, but 15 minutes is pretty good because you do the thing, and it doesn't even take you out of it, but then it throws you right into the element. So that's kind of cool, because sometimes it's prologue and then it's like a cutscene, and you're like, I just want to play. No, this does to kind of just throw you right into it. This game is really cool. This is a game I really want to beat, especially because it's 1 to 2 player, and it's just have a few beers, simple fun. Yeah. That's what these games are, dude. Yeah. It's just, it's a blast.
Gatling Gears is a fucking gem. Number 3, we love the Burnout games. I think together we have 100%ed Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge. And there was somebody in the comments that said, you can't 100% Burnout Revenge because the achievements are no longer available because they were online. We're talking about the campaign.
The game.
We're not talking about like all achievements on Xbox platform, pal. But anyway, there's another Burnout game we've 100%ed, and it's digital only.
Yes.
And it is on the 360, but it's also on the PS3 and mobile, but it is not on the One and the Xbox Series. So if you don't have a PS3 or a mobile device, you might want to work on getting a cell phone.
It is weird that it's on mobile.
Which I don't even know if it still is. I haven't looked. It was released on mobile, though. But we're talking about Burnout Crash.
Oh, dude. I think we streamed this game at one time, and people were like, not for me. But this game is for us. This game is incredible. And what's badass is this game's only $5 on the 360 store as the time of filming this. So incredible. It's a top-down game where you different levels, different experiences, where you're a car and you have to drive into an intersection and just cause damage.
Havoc.
And the goal is to get to a certain amount of damage. And then there's mini goals where it's like you have to destroy 2 gold cars or blow up this building or blow up 15 buildings. But some of them are timed. This is one of the first digital games we got months ago. And we played it, and this is a game that we couldn't stop playing until we 100%ed it, and I want to keep playing it. Is it cheesy? Yes. Is it ridiculous? Yes. Does it play great? Yes. Is it fun? Yes. This checks all the boxes.
It's a gem.
It's so, but it's when you do like special abilities, it is a little like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But the gameplay it's a blast. It is a blast.
This game, I will say, do yourself a favor and really go for the 100% because
that's where the fun is.
This game is actually really hard if you do that. There are some levels that we were like, literally like, dude, I don't think it can be done.
Yeah.
And then you figure out how to get it done. So
yeah, like
it's such a cool game.
There's some achievements where you have to like do like a 15 combo or something, which is like where you have to hit multiple things in a row within a time period. And it's like, how do you do that without crashing? So you're like hitting light poles and stuff. Dude, this game is so fun. It's a one-player game, but again, it's fun to watch. And this is a perfect game where you can just take turns. You know, it's like, okay, I played a few, here we go. And it just, man, have a few beers and play Burnout CRASH. We've 100%ed it, and I want to play it again. That's how good it is.
Number 2 on our list makes me want to be that guy that wears like wolf shirts.
Oh, yeah.
You know, wolf shirt guy howling at the moon, and then he's like walking around with those wolf shirts on.
It just makes me think of Zach Galifianakis from the first Hangover.
Yeah.
He's got it tucked in.
Yeah.
Dude. That's Wolf of the Battlefield. Commando 3.
Yeah.
So this is technically the 3rd Commando game because there was the first Commando game, then there was Mercs. That's Commando 2, and this is Commando 3. Another top-down twin-stick shooter that's co-op, and I don't know for sure, but this game might be 3-player. We've only ever done it 2-player.
Yeah, there is a third character.
There is a third character. This game is $10, available on the PS3 series and the Xbox One. But what's weird is we found it on the series, but then it wouldn't let us play it on the series. So you have to read your own mail on that one. This game is so much fun. The art style is really cool, very like comic book-esque kind of. It's so fun.
I think they're moving stuff over currently. I do, because this game was not able to be found, and then I did find it in the series.
Oh, and then you did find it. Okay.
And I got it working. Awesome game. Obviously, it's number 2. It's one of the best digital games I have ever purchased and found, because this is a new find for us.
Yeah, we just found this scrolling through the store.
I never knew this game existed. It's definitely one that we're going to beat. It's a shorter beat. I think we got to like level 2 and 3, I believe, and then we kind of bailed on it. But I know it's cool. The one thing co-op that is a little bit of a drag here is when you do your special, it does like this cutscene thing. And
it interrupts flow.
Do you remember that boss we got to and we both had saved all of our specials and we just kept kind of spamming it? And so never really got to be in the boss fight. It was this little cutscene.
Yeah, because it stops the flow of the game.
Yeah, and I went into settings. You can't shut that off, which would be nice.
But what is cool is the different characters. They're not just playable characters. Each character is different. So some characters have more grenades, but they're weaker. Some people are stronger, but they have less grenades. So it is nice to play this game co-op because you can kind of cover the battlefield, if you will.
Yeah.
This game is so much freaking fun. Again, I would love to beat this game so much, and it's just badass. I didn't even know they made a 3rd Commando game. So cool. So cool.
I want to beat it wearing a wolf shirt. So
I
think I'm going to make that happen.
And howl to the moon.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Number 1 game on our digital games that are on the Xbox 360. May surprise some people, but if you've been watching the channel for a while, you already know what it is.
Yeah, you do.
It's Hydro Thunder Hurricane, baby, and it's not even close. This is number 1, hands down.
This game is currently $15 on the 360 store, but it is available on the Xbox Series and Xbox One. Last time we checked, this is a boat racer. Obviously, you've heard of Hydro Thunder.
If you haven't,
it's in the arcade. It was on the N64, Dreamcast. But this, I think, is the best version of the game.
Yeah.
The water physics and the way the water looks, the way the water splashes on the screen.
And on your face.
So, yeah, on your face. This is a 3D experience. Minus the 3D.
Yeah.
So freaking fun. And what adds to this game is there's bitcoins. There's little Hydro Thunder Hurricane tokens in each level. I think there's 10 in each level. that when you find them, that's how you unlock different ships, different maps, and all this stuff. There is things that you can unlock that was like online only. That is gone.
Yeah.
So you can't unlock that anymore, but you can still access a lot of the ships, a lot of the maps, and I think this is 1 to 4 players, I'm pretty sure, which is so fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've done it before.
Yeah, it's so badass. If you like Hydro Thunder, you need to check out Hydro Thunder Hurricane.
Yeah.
It is in my opinion, the best game in the series.
I agree.
So freaking fun, and you can play it at home.
I cannot believe a few of these games have not gotten physical releases, but for sure Hydro Thunder Hurricane. How, like, limited run games, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Re-releasing Bill and Ted's. No one asked for that shit, dude. Give us a Hydro Thunder Hurricane.
Yeah, all
if you
the rest
happen
of
to be
them are
watching,
on...
you probably aren't. But let's release some shit that never got released. That people want.
A lot of the games on this list, fucking let's release them. But Hydro Thunder Hurricane, all the other Hydro Thunders are on consoles physically.
Yeah.
You know, and I love going back and playing the F64 and the Dreamcast one and stuff, and they're fun. And every time I'm in an arcade, I love playing it. But this is like, this is so good. It looks great. It plays great. Phenomenal game. The soundtrack's pretty great. We've been talking about this game for years because we've been playing it for years. I think one of the first games we played as a channel was this game.
It's only on Xbox. You're not going to get this on PlayStation consoles. And I'm so happy that we just had a topic because of the store to be able to talk about this game again. Because it's been a couple years since we've been able to talk about it. And I like nugging it in there any way that I can because my fear is that there's someone that watches this video that's going to say, I've never played that game, and that sucks to you because this game is badass.
This is number one. This is a game I would recommend to everyone.
Yep.
Obviously, there's a few on here that are like B grade that we love that you go, I don't like that. No, you will love Hydro Thunder Hurricane.
Yeah.
Get a few buddies, get a 6-pack of beer, play racing. That is fun, dude.
Yeah.
That is, God. I want to play all these. I want to play all these right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of great games here. Again, not FOMO. This is awareness. These are digital games. Again, most of them are available. All of them are available elsewhere.
Yes.
It kind of, bobs and weaves between what it is or isn't on. But when the 360 store closes, that is one less option that is available to play these games. So, not FOMO, but we are losing an option to play these digitally. I gotta think the PS3, if that's the only other option, is going to be shutting down pretty soon. They've already tried pulling that stuff.
They already warned us about it and tried. But that was like over a year ago, year and a half ago maybe. That was a long time ago. So I wouldn't be shocked if they freaking pulled it. Because why? It's a console that's 2 generations old.
Yeah.
Why are they still supporting it? I mean, I want them to keep supporting it.
Yeah.
They're going to close it eventually.
I would think.
Even if you just have a PS3, get some of these on your PS3 or something.
Yeah.
Get them. Just play them. You can get them probably with ROMs and stuff. Just play the games. These games are fantastic. We love freaking video games, obviously.
Absolutely. But we also love beer, so we're going to review a beer before we close this thing out. From Treehouse Brewing Company, thank you for sending us this beer for review. We really appreciate it. And you look at the can art, and what do you think of?
Flowers.
No. Spring.
Man. Oh.
And the name of the beer is Spring.
I would have never gotten it.
Spring has sprung. Actually, I think this weekend it officially becomes summer. I think. Is it
does
Memorial Day when it officially... I digress, but this beer is, what is it?
An Imperial IPA brewed with the spirit and character of the season in mind. The spring season in mind. There's a lot more on the can. I'm not going to read it. I don't want to bore you with that. It doesn't say what percentage this is, so I think it'd be fun to guess. Just based on the flavor, what do you think percentage?
Well, let's do that, then let's Google it, and we'll come back. I'm guessing 7.7%.
Oh, well, based on the nose... Based on the mouthfeel, I'm gonna go 7.9%.
Okay, closest without going over.
Oh, fuck.
We'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gents, we're back with the answer to what the ABV is on this beer, and I think Robert freaking sandbagging. I think he looked this up on the internet last night because the answer is 7.9%.
7.9. We looked it up on Untapped. It's right there. It's an IPA Imperial Double. 7.9%. Dude. Well, I'm the IPA king.
Yeah, so you would know.
Well, this would be a great...
Robert's always within 1/10.
1/10. This would be a great beer to drink on a hot spring day.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
So, IPAs... One of my favorite styles of beer. I haven't been drinking a lot of beer lately, which is kind of nice, but this tastes delicious. This isn't anything special, but it is exactly what it says it is.
Yeah.
Like, if I were to go to a restaurant and be like, oh, an Imperial or a double IPA, and this comes out, I'd go, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is good.
It's straightforward. It is what it is. It's not reinventing the wheel. But Treehouse they make some really good IPAs.
Yeah, they do. What's wild is, like, a lot of them, I haven't drank them back to back, so I do think they kind of taste the same, but they're all good.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminds me like of Toppling Goliath, where they have a specific taste, but they're all amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
So these are all really good IPAs, and if you're in the mood for an IPA or a double or like a 7.9,
Treehouse isn't going to disappoint.
Freaking cloudy, freaking thick.
Yep.
This is a good first beer of the day.
Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
All right. Great beer, great games. Read your own mail. I don't necessarily know that you got to jump on the 360 store and go crazy, but maybe you don't even have a 360 anymore. The cool part is a lot of these are available on the modern Xbox platforms, but nonetheless, these digital games on this list need to be played. They're really cool, and maybe not every game on this list is for you, but I bet you there is something you haven't played that you need to play, because there's some damn good content.
And if you have a 360, it's worth just browsing the store. There's a lot of games, a lot of options, and keep your eyes open for sales, because a lot of the games that we talked about the prices for the 360. These games might be more expensive on other consoles. So if you do have a 360 and it goes on sale, like Zombie Driver, $2.50, $2.50. That's freaking like pocket change. For me, at least. That's awesome. So that's just be aware of it. Look it up. Don't go crazy. Like, you don't have to go out and buy all of these. These are just games that we love. It's all about awareness.
Yeah.
So hopefully we shine some light on some games that you love. And if you're looking for someone else to click on, maybe click on our Patreon.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to get a cool, off your good glass or hang out with us in a monthly Patreon Zoom, we would love to have you. You know, Patreon, another way to support us.
Yeah, Xbox 360 stuff. The hype train is out, guys. It's left the station, but don't forget, keep the boots on the ground looking for the stuff at pawn shops, thrift stores, garage sales. It's out there in bundles. This is probably that summer or that time frame that'll be that year where we're like, that was the last time that I was able to really find that stuff in droves. Enjoy it. It's just a time shift. And then the next thing will be PS4. That's just how things go. But we appreciate you tuning in, subscribing to the channel, and hopefully we found one of your new favorite games. We'll see. Let us know in the comments.